I gotta say one thing. They had to know you from the early days, and your brother Sam from the early days, to know what we're really doing. We're talking about paint companies today, which are beautiful. I mean, the paints that they're putting out today is so far in future and so beautiful, you cannot believe that the paints that we're having today. But if you see the old timers, like George and Sam in the early days of the 40s, you would see George mix his own paint. He never took paint. He never took paint from out of a can off of a shelf. He made his own paint. But in order to get the pearl to start with pearl, he would take genuine pearls and put it down and crush it and crush it and crush it and then mix it in his paint. That's why all of his pearl jobs that he did in the early 40s on all what we call lead sled, they were just absolutely gorgeous. But George, he built hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of custom cars for every movie star you could think of. He built a car for them, and they were so happy with it. Another movie star wanted one. Another one. Pretty soon he had a line lined up for years to get in line to come and build the movie cars. So then he started building his own projects of building, with them, like a lot of people, maybe you didn't see it or not, but there was a service station right next to George's shop. That Batmobile sat there on that raw land for 2.5 years in the rain. And then all of a sudden, the movie people came over and says, if George can make a Batmobile. Well, I was there on the first auction that they had. George had 110 cars in them days to go ahead and put on auction. But the auction that they had Batmobile, Dad, Batman, Robin, Shirley, and George. And I'll never forget it. They were inside that car, and the auctioneer was just screaming as high as he got. Well, it got up to $75. $75,000. So, it was $75,000. The first Batmobile sold at that auction was $75,000. And then for the next one, and it went up for $1 million. And the next one, and the next. It just kept continuing. And now you go to George's shop and he's got a beautiful Batmobile sitting there that you cannot believe how beautiful it is. Because when I talked to the promoter from Australia and I seen the Batmobile in a picture, I said, did you bring George, Tony, and the Batmobile together? No. He said, I just brought Tony and George. And the Batmobile, that's my Batmobile. And I'll tell you one thing. You gotta be good to where every show that George went to, he broke record crowds in every show. And I am proud of a man that can do that kind of work. To have record-breaking crowds of people wanting to be part of George Barris. So, I really don't know, because see, there's not too many things I cannot say here, because George and I, when he was single, oh boy, we sort of, we told, no more. I won't say that. I can't say it here anyway. But I want to tell you something. George, from the first days, he had so much fire and power in his body. I want to tell you something. He never slowed down to the day he's laying right in front of us right now. And his mind is still working. His mind is still working. If a good-looking lady goes by, say she's in trouble. She's in trouble. I mean, he will come out of that casket. Tell me when to shut up, don't you? Well, it took a lot of encouragement to get up here and speak to this wonderful crowd. And I want to say it over again. Jerry, you did one hell of a job. I'm telling you over and over, and I'm not pulling your leg. I hope your grandma would. I wish he could step out one time, take a good look what you have done for him, and then let him go back in the box. But it's called rest in peace, Hus. I'm 90. I'm not scared. I'm ready. I'll tell you something that I even did because I want to see what the hell they put on my graveyard. So I went and had my stones made already. They're in my house. I picked the pictures out myself. I don't want my grandkids to write with me right now. I don't want them. And they got a good choice, but I don't know. I want to see it. So it's weird to come through a house and see gravestones. But what could you do? I worked all my life. I want to see when I'm being buried, why I'm really doing this, so you'll understand why. When you're alive and you own a ranch or a house, cars, collection, whatever, that'll all go in weeks. It's gone. The day you die, it's already up for auction, it's gone. Well, I have never sold one damn thing in the whole years from 40 till now. I have not sold one thing. There is more garbage in my shop and the house, and every closet there is full. And I call it junk. And well, everybody says that's everybody's treasure. Well, I don't care whose treasure. I mean, just leave it here. I mean, just leave it here. This is where I was born. I've been there all my life. I've been there close to 90. Well, in June I'll be 90 years old. And then besides the 2 years that I spent in the Navy, but I already had my car already 3/4 done back in 1942-43. And when I graduated from high school, I joined the Navy right the day after. I mean, the day after I got out, I didn't want to go to the Armory. I didn't want to carry that pack on my back like a mule and go up and down. No, I want to go Navy. I want to go water and get sicker than hell and eagle with the side, I want to feed all the fishes. But no kidding. This is the very best.